changes to the agenda? No, okay, can I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So, second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, our first special order of business, we're going to turn the meeting over to Leadership Associates. So, welcome. Thanks.
Thank you for inviting Leadership Associates to work with you on the selection of a new SELPA Administrator. We had an amazing morning with your staff, and they provided us just a wonderful picture of where you are and where you're going and what a talented group. My name is Gwen Gross. Rich did the great work in representing us, but I am the retired superintendent from Irvine, and spent some time also in some other crazy places. But I was in Beverly Hills and Manhattan Beach. But from a personal standpoint, special ed has always been a background of mine. I was a special ed teacher. I started out in that role and did leadership in special ed. And so this is not only a personal passion, but also a real interest and commitment and bringing that balance to the team. And of course, you've already met Rich, but would you like to say a little bit?
Well, again, I introduced myself last time.
Great.
Nice.
Mike Escalante, former superintendent of Glendale Unified, and before that Fullerton High School District. 14 years, and now currently I'm a professor at USC. We work also with Leadership Associates.
Great. So I'm going to give you these documents. There's two. You have yes, you did. Sorry.
It is a public meeting, and so there is videotaping allowed, and I just in the interest of full disclosure, I think you should know the back of your head's being videotaped. So.
Okay.
Oh.
Your hair looks good.
Thank you. Black and white, so the gray will
We're
be
sitting
right.
we're sitting right next to Baldy View. Thank you very much.
Basically, our real purpose is to receive input from you as superintendents of your SELPA districts today about personal and professional qualities. But just to quickly review the search process, we have a timeline, and one of the tasks is to confirm that this timeline, we've been working closely with Karen to match your schedule, and what a big job she's got to corral all of you collectively to come up with some dates that work well for all of you. But we are meeting, of course, today. We met with the program staff this morning and the office staff, and then we'll come back on the 16th and the 18th for community input, and that's on the calendar as well. We're advertising in EdCal the 16th and the 23rd of April. The position closes in May, and we plan to bring candidates forward for the final interviews with you after you select those people on the 25th of May, and hopefully by the 1st of July we'll have found collectively with you candidates that meet your criteria, that is a collective listing of all of the info we're getting, and then you as a SELPA will make the final decision on this position. Our role is a facilitative role. We do a lot of reaching out. Very often, people don't necessarily think about what their next move is, and we search for people that we believe best meet the qualifications you've described. Mike's got a wide network, Rich does, I do, and we will be bringing people forward. And the purpose of today is to ask any kinds of questions, process-wise, but more importantly is to get feedback from you about what you want. Mike and Rich are going to take a lot of notes. We're trying to get everything captured perfectly. We'll be back to you what we've gathered after we're finished, but you can jump right in. Is everybody ready? Any comments?
Yeah, this is a critical aspect of the process. Obviously, a lot of people are going to apply, qualified people that are doing great jobs in their districts. But the key to a successful search, as you all know, is the match. Really understand what's going on here at Western attributes, qualifications, and experiences of the successful SELPA administrators and other special ed directors that may apply, but really make sure that given the specific criteria that we get from you, that the match is there. It's the most important piece, given the situation that you're in, the past and the future of West End SELPA. So that's that's why this is such an important piece in establishing the profile.
We appreciate that, and it's helpful to have the timeline. I think we are going to recess a little later in the agenda to a closed session for superintendents to give input under Government Code 54957. But before we get there, we do have a public comment time. And are there any other intro remarks that leadership associates would like to make? Okay, then we'll move to public comment on the agenda, and I do have 3 cards, one for Mrs. Burchett and 2 from Ms. Mendoza. You care who goes first, ladies?
I'll just be quick. I'll go first.
All right.
I just wanted to encourage the leadership associate, which it looks like from your timeline is going to happen, to meet with organizations in the community and get input. And I have reached out already to you guys and sent an email. I have a group of parents that would love to sit down and meet with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I have 2 cards from Ms. Mendoza.
Basically, it's for the same thing. Basically, I just want to reiterate what I said the last time, that when the interviews do occur, that you do not use the SELPA, that the applications do not come into the SELPA building, that you use another school district, so it will stay completely confidential. Because you are going to be interviewing people that I'm sure they don't want to lose their job or anything like that if word gets out that they're interviewing. And I really believe that there is no way that this SELPA can keep anything like that confidential. And I really want to reiterate that you use a different, building. In other words, the mailing of the applications go to another school. I suggested either Upland or Chafee because they're in the middle, and I'm sure that they have the room to actually do that, because I really want this kept confidential. And then another thing that I'd like to throw out there is that when you do the panel, I'm just throwing out names, doesn't mean that you have to listen to me, but I would like that these names to be considered for panel people to be part of the panel for the interview. Ronald Powell, which is the director up in the Desert Mountain, Kelly Whelan, which is the special ed director of Chafee, Helen Rodriguez, which is the SELPA director out of San Bernardino City. And the reason why I'm choosing her is because she's well liked by the parents and the community. And to me, I think she would be in the interview process remembering what the parents would like to see. So I really would like you guys to really consider her. And then Bill Bertrand from Chafee as an administrator being there, and Gary Rutherford as a superintendent to be in there. And then for like a SELPA program specialist, either Garth or David Romo from maybe this SELPA, if you have to have a SELPA employee. I mean, if you do, I would prefer that you don't within the West End SELPA, but if you have to. And then I don't know what the policy really states. I just know that other school districts always have a parent on the panel. I'm a little mixed with that because I want to, if you do consider a parent on the panel, I wanted an unbiased parent. And I mean unbiased. I do not want Kum on the panel because she can never be unbiased, and she's shown that in the past. I mean, there's certain parents that, cannot be unbiased. I wouldn't even want to be on the panel myself. I would prefer probably not a parent be on the panel, but if one has to be, that you guys really take that into consideration. Not only that, a parent that would keep everything confidential and not leak anything out. So I'd like you to take that into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, and typically, thank you for your comments, Mrs. Mendoza. Just for one piece of clarification, all candidate profiles and applications come directly to Leadership Associates.
Thank you. All that concludes our public comment period, and we will now recess to a closed session.
Fancy digitals, huh?
Session.
Like this.
And we'd like to report that in a closed session, we did review the suggested timeline for the SELPA Administrator search, and a suggestion was made that the CAC be included somehow when the community advisory input is taken by Leadership Associates. Okay? Do I have a motion to